Anyway, so you may know Mark as our stand-up, gentlemanly communications guy, very thoughtful, very deliberate. But I know Mark also from seeing him in comedy on his homepage, things he's sent around in YouTube, and from the one performance that Robin and I were at, which we laughed our butts off, was really great. So I'll also say Mark has set up a string of comedians for us for the next few weeks. So thank you, Mark, for doing that.
You're welcome. Welcome.
That's really pretty cool, and hopefully we'll figure it out to be able to record that ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, thank you for being a multi-talented guy, and I'll turn it over to you. Thank you very much, and thank you everybody for tuning in.
Okay, well, thank you, and I appreciate the invitation. I'm usually used to doing this standing up. They do call it stand-up comedy. So, but we'll have to do it without some of the body language. Anyway, as you know, my name is Mark, and I'm 62, and I'm single, and I'm hooked on Tinder. That's right. I admit it. I'm hooked on Tinder, so much so that on the Jewish high holy days, when I was at temple, I couldn't help it but sneak a peek. I held my phone down low, was swiping, felt a tap on my shoulder, was my rabbi. Oh man, I was busted. Looks at my screen, points at it and says, "That's disgusting." Swipe left. Now, you have to know Tinder to get the joke. For those people who know me, they don't realize that when I was a kid, I was a very bad stutterer, and that's the honest truth. In fact, many people who know me from when I was a kid are really amazed that I do stand-up comedy now because I was a stutterer. I was one of those smart kids who wouldn't raise his hand because I never knew what would come out of my mouth. I knew the answers. Went for all kinds of speech therapy. And then in my 20s, I finally found something that worked. Hypnosis. Yes, hypnosis worked. The problem is, now I smoke. Went out with my girlfriend and a bunch of other friends, and the subject turned to cars. And I hate when the subject turned to cars, because everyone brags. This one has a Mercedes, this one has a BMW, this one has an Audi, this one has a Porsche. And my girlfriend announces, Mark drives a Toyota Prius. It's a vagina car. I was mortified. I said to her, hey, that's at least one vagina I know I can turn on. Well, dating at this advanced age is a bit of a challenge. But my daughters give me hope. My older daughter particularly came home the other day and said, Dad, with the primaries coming up, and I know you want me to vote for Joe Biden, and I'll vote for Joe Biden. But I got to tell you, all my friends are voting for Bernie Sanders. So you should know that your time has come. Old Jewish men are very hot now. Now that I'm over 60, I play on a senior softball league. And, they have some very tough rules. And in fact, last game, I got penalized for using performance-enhancing drugs. Viagra. I went out with this woman, also met her through Tinder, thought we were having a good time, went out for dinner, went out for drinks. She wanted to go to this nightclub, sailing a long line to get into the nightclub. Finally get inside, and I couldn't find her. I don't know where she went. I was looking all over. I called her up the next day. I said, hey, I lost you at the bar. She says, no. You lost me when you tried to pay the cover with a coupon. I didn't see any problem with it. So I said, you know what? This Tinder thing, I got to go on other sites. So I went on everything. I just put myself out there. I went on to Bumble. I went on to Plenty of Fish. Went on to Match. Went on to OkCupid. Went on to JDate. There's even something called J-Swipe. Yes, it's like a Jewish Tinder. It's really the truth. It's a swiping, but it's for Jews only. The problem is you get confused because the left goes to right, the right goes to left. It's all opposite. So it's all opposite. So I'm on all these sites, and I finally meet a woman, and she says, I've seen you on a lot of these dating websites. You're not a serial dater, are you? I said, of course not, Maria number 4. Well, Maria number 4 turned out to be kind of a real pip. Let's just say she wasn't particularly honest about her profile. And she was a little bit surly too. I mean, when we sat down for dinner, she wouldn't even work with me on the 2 for 20. I mean, come on, like coordinate a little bit. Coordinate. But then she started in with me. She goes, I remember in your profile, you said you're a comedian. Well, if you're such a comedian, tell me a joke. Come on, make me laugh. Tell me a joke. Come on. I finally said, all right, you want to hear a joke? I got a joke for you. And it's probably one you're very familiar with. And it goes like this. Hi, Mark. I'm sexy, slender, attractive, and 49. So I figured if I expect women to be honest in their profile, I've got to be honest in my profile. So I changed it all up. And it now reads, I love the indoors. I don't exercise. I only eat fast food. And I only take short walks on the beach. I got one response. My ex-wife. And they said we have nothing in common. I'd like to share with you, this next segment is called Dear Professor Grossman. Some of you know I teach part-time at Nassau Community College and Suffolk Community College. I'm an adjunct professor in communications there. And I get the craziest emails from students. And what I'm about to read to you are actual emails from students, excuses why they're late, why they're absent, why they couldn't come to class. I mean, this is real stuff here. I'm going to read to you just a few of them here. Dear Professor Grossman, I missed class today because I fell down a flight of stairs, broke a collarbone, broke 2 ribs, have a concussion, and lots of bruises on my arms and legs. See you tomorrow. From Cindy. Now, this one I got right at the start of class. Dear Professor Grossman, oh my gosh, I literally just woke up 20 minutes ago, and it takes me at least 30 minutes to get ready and 15 minutes to drive to school. What should I do? From Sharon. Dear Professor Grossman, my boyfriend just came back from vacation, and I needed to see him because I haven't seen him in a while. I thought it was Saturday, but when I looked at my phone, to my surprise, it was Thursday. Caitlin. Dear Professor Grossman, I thought I'd be able to come in this week, but I had my wisdom teeth sliced out on Columbus Day, and I'm taking Percocet for the mind-blowing pain. My doctor said I won't be normal again until Thanksgiving. Dear Professor Grossman, I'm sorry I could not make it into class this morning. I just got my period last night, and I tend to be a heavy bleeder. Plus, no, this is real, guys. This is real. Plus, I ran out of maxi pads, and it gets worse. And my sister's tampons were too small for me. They wouldn't fit. From Sabrina. Dear Professor Grossman, I will not be attending class today. I worked a 12-hour shift at the Stony Brook Exxon, which is not my normal shift. During the long hours, my calves are seizing on me, and my face has swollen enormously. And since I always ask for some written or proof documentation, she says, attached are some photos of me with the Exxon sign in the background, so you can see I'm not making this up. And the last one here, dear Professor Grossman, please increase my grade from a C to a B. I'm on academic probation, and if I don't get a B, I'll be required to withdraw. If I'm required to withdraw, my student visa will be revoked. If my student visa is revoked, I'll have to return to my home country. If I have to return to my home country, I'll be forced into compulsory military service. And if I'm forced into compulsory military service, I'll be sent to a border region. And if I'm sent to a border region, I will be killed. And it will be your fault. Because you didn't give me a B. Now that's normally where I end my routine. And I tell them thank you. But I just have to share with you something that I came across that I thought was very appropriate and timely here. Especially talking about dating and things like that. It's something I found on the internet called social distancing pickup lines. There are a few of them here that I think are just great. So it goes as follows. If COVID-19 that doesn't take you out, can I? Is that hand sanitizer in your pocket? Or are you just happy to be within 6 feet of me? Since all public libraries are closed, I'm checking you out instead. You can't spell virus without you and I. Baby, do you need some toilet paper? Because I can be your Prince Charming. I saw you from across the bar. Stay there. Without you, my life is as empty as a supermarket shelf. Anyway, that's it for me, and I thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you.